Renee scored some some boards for the garden. Thank you, Renee. That someone was going to throw away. And those are expensive, so we're going to use those. Not today, but we're going to use those.
When I returned from my multi-city trip in September, I looked forward when I sat down to edit my Thursday Workday video and failed to look back. Here's what I left out. The summer harvest was winding down, but don't these desert figs look delicious? These Peking peppers pack a lot of heat in a small package. The first project that Thursday was to repot 2 hanging baskets of strawberries. Water would flow straight through the matting, and the plants would constantly wilt. I cut shapes of weed cloth to slow down water from draining out so fast. Into fresh potting soil, Eric mixed some azomite and berry fertilizer and a handful of DE. This is diatomaceous earth, or DE, and it's actually a natural substance made from the shells of prehistoric animals, and it is used as an absorbent. It holds water, and you can use a handful of this in your potted plants to feed the roots to keep them moist longer than they would normally. I pulled out more mildew-covered tomato plants. While the strawberry roots were soaking in water, we hooked up my new chlorine filter. This was the only hose filter I could find that filters out more than just chlorine. This stretchable hose had been sitting in the garage and never used.
Okay, open it slowly. We're going to see if this works.
Nothing makes me crazier than tangled hoses, but it's super long, so I decided to give it a try.
Oh! Ooh! Ooh, it was like brown. I don't know what that was. I guess it was just the first part of the filter was dirty. Oh look, it just comes right... Look at that. That really makes me crazy. It doesn't even go down in the soil because of the wood chips. Ugh. Okay. But otherwise, I think it's working.
It's leaking here.
It is leaking? Where?
To change all the part.
Oh dear. No, no. Oh! What? Wow, what is that black stuff? Is not leaking?
No.
Okay, good. See, I have 2 pipes in the front, 2 irrigation pipes, and I thought we could use the other one, but I haven't used it in 20 years, so it's leaking like a sieve. We'll just have to switch back and forth, Eric, between hoses. If we need to clean the driveway or the front porch or something, we can switch it to the other one. Because this is just for watering plants. It's not for cleaning.
Oh no, for the filter.
Yeah, for the filter. Yeah.
About this time, Renee showed up.
Okay, Eric, help him guide that. I think he needs help there. Got a big load.
He dropped off some used border pieces that were being thrown out, as he thought I might want them.
Teamwork. Renee is investigating my leak in the ground, and he thinks it's not as bad as we initially thought. That a lot of the pooling of the water was because I left the irrigation on too long, and it runs out the bottom of the raised beds. Okay, we have the finished product. These have been repotted, rebooted with acidic fertilizer and the weed cloth in the bottom to help hold in the moisture. I also added DE, crushed DE, like a scoopful of that to hold the water in so it doesn't go straight through. That's the problem. They get wilted because you water them and the next day they're wilted because the water goes straight through. Okay, let's hang one over here and hang one over there. Right. Okay, so you need Eric to do something?
Dig some kind of hole under the box. That way I can move the pipe.
Just that one? That box? Okay, great.
Renee needed Eric to enlarge the hole under the raised bed. While Renee went for his tools, Eric started digging. I rounded up and photographed the fig harvest and set aside a few choice ones to send home with Renee.
Unfortunately, I've discovered one more thing that gets mildew in my garden, and that is the red crimson clover. So rather than using this for green mulch, I'm going to have to just cut it and dispose of it. And try something else. But I'm going to leave the roots in the ground in hopes that since this is a legume, that they feed the soil. I'm not even going to take the flowers to enjoy inside because the leaves come right up to the bloom and they have mildew. You see, the lemon verbena has exploded since we pruned it. You can barely see the lemongrass over there, or the orange tree. I think I need to come up with some concoction made from lemon verbena and sell it. Ironically, I moved the lemon balm from here, where it didn't get very much sun, to over here. At the time I moved it, a month ago, there was a lot of sun in there. Of course, there's no sun today. There's certainly no sun in there because this tomato plant got huge and the lemon verbena exploded again. Look at this basil. Wow, that's my healthiest looking one. And that's in a pot. This has some volunteer tomatoes growing. And this has an intentional melon, watermelon, but I don't think I can expect much this year. Jerusalem artichokes, I don't know what happened. I mean, they just dried up. Got some new sprouts coming from down there. It's just a jungle in here. Even the pitcher sage wants to just take over. And now this fern, which I've kept from before I even started gardening, it's like, look at this, reaching out.
Can you?
Yeah, what do you need?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, leave it.
Okay. Eric has crawled in behind the big tomato and cleaning out the dead leaves. The only reason I'm not chopping that back is because it actually has quite a number of blooms on it. If we get a hot rest of September and October, who knows? There's a lot of leaves coming out.
I was digging a hole because I saw something clay in the top.
Uh-huh.
And I thought something was under there and I started to dig. When I dig more, I discovered it was an old pot.
And you said you've been working there 20 years,
20 years.
And you've never...
And the pot was there, but nobody noticed.
And you sort of unearthed it. You're an archaeologist, really.
Yes, I discovered.
You can add that to your resume.
Yes.
Renee has gone and gotten his tools and his bag of stuff, and he's going to try to fix my leak. It's really an awkward hole for you to have to work in. I think plumbers are a bit of an extortionist, really. Extortionist? That's not the right word. This leak has been repaired, and what do we have, 4 pipes down there?
You have
At least 4.
5.
5, okay. And you took out that?
This the old part, I removed them.
Okay.
I put it, now it's leaking because they don't put Teflon in the beginning and
Oh, should
the
we?
roots start to growing.
Oh, I see. Should we turn the water on and test it?
You like to do it now?
Oh, we better wait for the glue, right?
You can do it in 10 minutes until I go in the back to fix the leaking in the back.
Okay, great. Believe it or not, these plants looked great 2 weeks ago. And they were sprayed. I believe the hydrogen peroxide helped, but it's just too powerful. And it comes back with a vengeance. So I can't fight this anymore, and a lot of these squash are gonna come out. I mean, look at this. It's too bad because it's blooming like crazy. They're all male blooms, no females. But I could eat those blooms. Let's check on the goji berry. It actually produced a few more berries since last week. That was pretty bare. I'm gonna keep harvesting and see if they keep producing. Okay, it's not ideal, but we got these 2 barrels connected at the bottom and it's actually working. This tubing was so hard and inflexible we had to separate the barrels, which I'm not happy about, but it was the only way we could figure out. And down here you can see it's working. It's filling up. Okay.
This is only for try.
Yeah, we may change it another time, but
This one, we need rainwater.
we need rainwater. But this is filtered, it's okay. Yeah.
Temporary.